Welcome to Have You Read It? The channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today we're diving into The Pathless Path, Imagining a New Story for Work and Life by Paul Millerd. This book isn't just another career guide. It's a wake-up call to anyone feeling trapped on a conventional path, questioning the standard definitions of success. Millerd shares his personal journey of leaving a high-paying consulting job to explore a more authentic and fulfilling life. What makes this book unique is its blend of practical advice with philosophical insights, encouraging readers to reimagine their relationship with work and embrace uncertainty. It challenges the deeply ingrained belief that success equals climbing the corporate ladder, offering a refreshing perspective on creating a life centered around personal values and genuine passions. In The Pathless Path, Paul Millerd challenges the conventional narrative of work and life, offering a compelling alternative for those feeling stuck on the default path. This path, characterized by striving for high grades, prestigious jobs, and material success, often leaves individuals feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from their true selves. The default path. Millerd begins by sharing his own experience of achieving what society deems successful, a high-paying job in consulting, yet feeling deeply unhappy. This sets the stage for exploring the concept of the default path, a series of decisions and accomplishments expected of successful adults. Citing researchers Dorth Berntsen and David Rubin, Millerd notes the remarkable consistency across cultures regarding these expectations, most of which occur before the age of 35. This leaves many feeling lost and without guidance when facing inevitable setbacks later in life. The lure of prestige. The book explores the seductive nature of prestige and the inner ring, concepts that can warp our perceptions of what we truly enjoy. Drawing on Paul Graham's insights, Millerd warns against the trap of chasing prestige, which can lead us away from our authentic desires. He recounts his own pursuit of prestigious jobs, driven by a desire to be part of an exclusive circle, only to find himself feeling unfulfilled. Awakening and breaking free. A health crisis served as a catalyst for Millerd, prompting him to question his priorities and values. Inspired by philosopher Andrew Taggart's concept of existential openings, Millerd realized he needed to break free from the default path and explore a new way of living. This involved making a series of difficult decisions, including leaving a well-paying job and embracing uncertainty. Quitting his job wasn't a single bold decision, but a slow and steady awakening, he notes. The Pathless Path. The pathless path is not a clearly defined route, but an embrace of uncertainty and discomfort. A call to adventure in a world that tells us to conform. Millerd introduces the idea of a pathless path as an alternative to the conventional route. Inspired by David Whyte's work, Millerd defines the pathless path as an embrace of uncertainty and discomfort. A call to adventure in a world that tells us to conform. It's a new story for thinking about finding a path in life, he says. Reimagining work. One of the biggest shifts Millerd experienced was reimagining his relationship with work. He realized that most people, including himself, have a deep desire to work on things that matter to them and bring forth what is inside them. It is only when we cling to the logic of the default path that we fail to see the possibilities for making that happen. Millerd argues. The meaningful work trap. Millerd addresses the modern expectation that work should be not only a means to an end, but also a source of meaning and fulfillment. He cautions against the meaningful work trap, where the pressure to find passion and purpose in our jobs can lead to burnout and disillusionment. Drawing on research by Bailey and Madden, Millerd suggests that meaningful experiences at work are often associated with mixed, uncomfortable, or even painful thoughts and feelings, not just a sense of unalloyed joy and happiness. Wage-based society. Sociologist Andre Gause's concept of a wage-based society, where membership is primarily gained through formal work, is examined. Millerd challenges the assumption that jobs are always good, highlighting the wasted energy and effort in many roles. He draws on David Graeber's book, Bullshit jobs to illustrate the phenomenon of people working in jobs they personally believe are pointless. Awakening and taking the first steps. The book follows Millard's journey as he awakens to the limitations of the default path and begins to take steps toward a new way of living. This involves questioning his beliefs, experimenting with side projects, and ultimately quitting his job to pursue self-employment. Inspired by Julia Cameron, he acknowledges that creativity requires faith and relinquishing control. Prototyping a new life. Millard emphasizes the importance of prototyping a new life through small, deliberate changes rather than making drastic leaps of faith. He shares examples of others who have successfully transitioned to unconventional paths by experimenting with different ways of working and living. This approach allows for greater flexibility and reduces the risk of making irreversible mistakes. Embracing wonder. In making a life change, worry is traded for wonder. People stop thinking about worst-case scenarios and begin to imagine the benefits of following an uncertain path. Millard writes, the book highlights the role of wonder and possibility in tipping the scales toward change. By focusing on the potential benefits of an uncertain path, individuals can overcome their fears and embrace new opportunities. Finding the others. The support of others is crucial on the pathless path. Millard stresses the importance of finding like-minded individuals who can provide encouragement, inspiration, and a sense of belonging. These path experts can offer valuable insights and help navigate the challenges of an unconventional life. A key point, he says, is to seek to find the others to encourage you to keep going. Taming your fears. Acknowledging and addressing your fears is essential for navigating the pathless path. Drawing on Tim Ferriss' fear-setting exercise. Millard encourages readers to identify their worst-case scenarios and develop strategies for mitigating them. This process helps to transform abstract worries into concrete issues, making them more manageable. Redefining success. The book challenges the conventional definition of success, which is often based on external validation and material achievements. Instead, Millard advocates for a more personal and authentic definition of success, one that aligns with your values and brings you joy. This involves prioritizing experiences, relationships, and personal growth over external markers of achievement. Non-doing. In Taipei, Millard was able to embrace a state of doing nothing that was not filled with anxiety and tension, but reflective and open. The possibilities that started to emerge at this time have changed his life. After more than 3 decades of constantly planning for the future, he was able to start living in the present. The second chapter of success. The Pathless Path is a define-your-own-success adventure. In the first couple of years, it felt silly to tell people how Millard defined success: feeling alive, helping people, and meeting his needs. Over time, he realized that the real benefit of this orientation towards success was that he wasn't competing with anyone. This meant that the odds of success were incredibly high, and the benefits of staying on the pathless path would only compound and increase over time. Virtuous meaning cycles. On the pathless path, as people experiment with their work and their lives, they can stumble into a virtuous cycle that helps them continue to move in a positive direction. For this, there should be space for hope. Reinventing yourself. In order to keep up with the world of 2050, you will need not merely to invent new ideas and products, but above all, to reinvent yourself again and again, claims professor and author Yuval Harari. Nothing has helped Millard improve this skill more than living in other countries. Creating your culture. When creating your own culture on the pathless path, you must identify the assumptions you make in your approach to life. Ultimately, the pathless path is a guide for anyone seeking a more authentic and fulfilling life, offering practical tools and philosophical insights for navigating the uncertainties and challenges of creating a path that is truly your own. Alright, let's distill the wisdom from the pathless path into some actionable takeaways. The default path isn't the only path. Challenge the societal norms and expectations that define success for you. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean you have to. Embrace uncertainty. The pathless path is all about embracing uncertainty and discomfort. Trust that an uncertain future is not a problem to be solved. Redefine success. Stop chasing prestige and start defining success on your own terms. What truly matters to you? What brings you alive? Find your tribe. Seek out others who are also questioning the default path. These are the people who will support and inspire you on your journey. Create your own culture. Don't buy into a culture that doesn't work for you. Create your own set of values and principles to guide your life. Experiment and prototype. Don't make drastic changes without testing the waters first. Prototype your leap by experimenting with different ways of working and living. Practice generosity. Be generous with your time, resources, and knowledge. Give without expecting anything in return. Trust the process. Have faith that things will work out, even when you can't see the path ahead. Trust your intuition and keep moving forward. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book dive.